I really have a pleasure to bring you this news. In a dramatic turn of events, the defiant, the stubborn, France has agreed to withdraw from Niger. Hello again. It's me, Mahlet Ayele, your host at Connect Africa, bringing you the latest on Niger. Now, what happened is France, which is the defiant in this case, and who is continuing neo-colonialism in the continent on 14 African countries, not only these 14 African countries, also Haiti, is not finding it smooth in Africa lately. This is what the events are telling us in West Africa, in Mali, Burkina Faso, now Niger. I'm not mentioning Gabon purposely. All right, so France's errand boy, Mohamed Bazoum, who is the ousted president who held power in Niger, was of course overthrown by the military, but it's also the people. It's a revolution. It's not as they call it, it's a coup, which is currently led by this interim president, General Tihiani. Now, the interim government has expelled, as you know, just to give you a background, the French ambassador, who in turn refused to leave as a country with the support of President Macron, his government, which in a delusional way claimed the government was illegitimate. Guess what? It is the interim leader or the military administration in Niger who is citing an international law, a convention of Vienna in 1961, of the right to revoke the immunity of diplomats. They did it lawfully. So I leave it to you which one is illegitimate here. Yeah. So to call it what it is, of course, you have your own colonial mindset. And therefore they have, they said they have no right to expel us. They have no right to expel me. That's what the ambassador said. And it's backed by its headquarters by the foreign ministry in France. And then also President Macron, as we heard it in his speech. So the new Niger government, what they did is they went ahead and to revoke the colonialist representative diplomatic immunity, which would make him an illegal to stay in the country, meaning it's a person non grata they gave him. Also, he didn't leave. Police was, of course, further as failing to leave the country to search in a vehicles that are coming and going in the embassy, coming out and then going in the embassy. But he was nowhere to be found. It looks like he decided to hide. So what they did is the people really, they played politics very well, the military administration in Niger, more than Mohamed Bazoum itself, more than any African leader in the continent, by the way. So they went ahead, they mobilized the people, and then the people came out, different coalition of civil society organizations to pressure for the French troop to leave, for the French ambassador to leave. They even called a permanent sit-in rally which started on Friday night, and they are still on the street telling that they're not talking about anymore about the ambassador. They're not talking about anymore about only the French troop. They're talking about even we do not want your aid. The EU came out and said they reconsidered and they will give the aid in a way that it will not affect. They don't want, of course, they cut sanction Niger before. Now they say they reconsider it and they will only sanction the military leaders. But the people are saying they are ahead of you. They are saying they don't want even your aid. Leave the country. We are good enough to manage our own countries. That's what they're telling France and the international community. So these people, they have turned up to the embassy and in front of the military base, and they demonstrated. There was an anger and cries, which they said, we will not leave until the French troop leaves the country, the French ambassador leaves the country. They also went to, of course, as I said, the military base. Now, having seen all this pressure turning up, the French government seems reconsidering its decision, and it has, in this case, it has received the message very clear, loud and clear. So in a news that came out today in France 24 and then Le Monde, they said the prime minister of the newly appointed prime minister by the military is now, they are in talk with the French government for a swift withdrawal of the military, meaning the French troop, from Niger. How really, I mean, this is it, when the people are behind it, when it's something that the people want, this is the result. And it makes me so happy because it's a revolution that will not be televised. As we say, the saying goes that the revolution will not be televised, but this time everybody has its own media. And it's a matter of, information, and everybody have it in their palm hand. It's televised and it worked. And I'm very happy for the people of Niger. If it was just a coup by the military for a power, I wouldn't support. We would not have supported this in this platform. But it's because what the people in Niger wanted. And at the end of the day, ultimately, it's their voice needs to be listened. That's what ECOWAS should do. That's what the African Union should do. That's what the so-called international organizations should do, to listen to what the people want. And that makes me really happy because their revolution is televised and it's working. They are playing it very carefully in a way that it doesn't provoke, so that it will make their country a ground for another battle, in the name of attack or whatever. I mean, they are really, really playing it very well. So now Niger is not the first country to demand, of course, just again, we always like here to give you a background. It's not the first country to ask a foreign power, a foreign country from their land. The United States have done it. China has done it before during its expulsion of the United States consulate. But this is in reaction to also what United States did to China. And then we have seen it, Honduras, the expulsion of Taiwan in March this year, by the way, 2023. So now we wait for the final decision on the date of the withdrawal of the French ambassador and the French troops. But for now, we congratulate the people of Niger, first and foremost, the military administration, for really playing the politics very, very well in an uncompromised way, unapologetically, that it's a Pan-African, pro-African government, pro-people, that evoked all those military agreements, colonial military agreements with France. This is actually a measure for each coup that's happening in the continent, especially the ex-colonial French countries. Unless they come and revoke that agreement, then it's not Pan-African, it's not pro-people, it's just for a power, just what's happening in Gabon. That's exactly what it is. So we congratulate the people of Niger, the military administration, the government, for handling it very well, despite the maximum pressure they have had since 26 July. The whole mainstream media was televising this, demonizing this coup. But the African people have said they have backed the people of Niger. They said it's a revolution. They said it's what the people of Niger wanted. So that is really, really makes it. So congratulations, my brothers and sisters in Niger. I really envy you. Now, the question is, who is the next country to host the French military? As you know, this military, these French troops, is the one that's expelled from Mali and Burkina Faso. It's find its way in Niger with President Mohamed Bazoum, the ousted one that welcomed them. So now, which one is the next African country to host this military? I really don't believe they will leave the continent, but if they are going to repeat what they have done, which is the next African country? Will they even have the courage, that African countries, the courage to do so? I mean, the courage meaning really the nerve. Yeah, it's something that we need to watch and bring you the latest on Niger, as we have been doing. And when the date also decided for the withdrawal of the military, the French military, we will also try to really, I mean, probably it might be done at night. I don't think they want it. They want to be seen when they, because it's really a disrespect, disgraceful that they brought on themselves. Nobody did this. They did. France did this to itself. This is, look at, this is the Le Monde. Yeah, why it's not sharing? I just wanted to show you the second. Let me try to show you what came out with the newspaper, with the Le Monde media. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, Niger's post-coup PM. He's a newly appointed, I mean, they still call it coup. Anyway, says negotiations are underway for the withdrawal of French troops. French troops, of course, they have 1,500 in Niger alone. It says Sahel state here. In Niger alone, they have 1,500. Many of them deployed at an air base near the capital, Niamey. Yeah. What a journey for the people of Niger, for the past, since from 26 July, a month and 40 days, they have been, fighting this. Thank you all for tuning in, really. And while I bring you this, the latest on Niger, but please subscribe, like, and share. Share it with your network if you find it, of course, this relevant and insightful. Almost on a daily basis, there was no day that has passed without talking about Niger ever since this revolution happened. Now, let me go through the comments as we always do. Hi, Mikey Simba. They agreed because Niger negotiated a new price for minerals. China was mediating. Okay, please send us a source for that. Hassan and Yawile, the military leaders of Niger, showed a lot of wisdom and used the media very well by including the people, showed support for the regime and embraced France Black Power. Yes, they really played the politics very well. That's really goes to, that's the credit that belongs to them, both the military administration and the people. French ambassador became a person non grata after his refusal to meet the military. Niger are on the right path diplomatically. Yeah, but please, Mikey Simba, if you have that source where you said that they agreed a new price for the minerals, please send it to us. Well done, Niger. China already recognized the junta last week and will now buy the uranium from Niger at a much higher price. Adios, France. Well done to Algeria, Russia, and China, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea, who came together and stood their ground. I doubt the Guinea, which Guinea you are talking about, not the Conakry, the ones that had a coup. Okay, but yeah, for the others, really, Burkina Faso and Mali, well done. Bazoum and his ministers must have put on trial. All of these deposed West African puppets, so-called leaders, need to answer charges of corruption at ICC. We need to have our own ICC or ACC, we call it, African Criminal Court. And they need to, there is, by the way, under which is an AU organ. But yeah, it is what it is. Clean black snakes. What the continent of Africa is a whole healthy body who has no lame parts. They do not need the wheelchair of the West. Africa can walk on its own if they just leave us alone. Yeah. Always waiting more info on Israel threatening to remove Eritreans and Ethiopians killed on Saudi-Yemen border. Okay, a good suggestion. We are, by the way, we are working on the Eritrea case in Israel, what happened in Tel Aviv. And the Saudi-Yemen, a good one. Point taken, we will do. Probably Cameroon. What Cameroon? Since the days of the Hudson Bay Company, British East India Company, Dutch East India Company with their own private armies, democracy was killed. People's vote haven't counted since then. Yeah, the Gafe Jute, keep it up, my sister. Okay, hi, my brother. In charge of Western Allied systems, otherwise known as ECOWAS. Oh, okay. Yeah, Inunkas in charge of. How do you pronounce that? Charge of Western Aligned slave system. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna quote you on that one, Mikey. You made your own. Abbreviation there of ECOWAS for what it stands for. Definitely, it's gonna go under a meme, ECOWAS. Now, I mean, mark my words, they're gonna come and maybe take the credit of all this thing, although it is the military administration for their consistency and insistence on the matter, and the people of Niger, they might come and, all of a sudden take all this credits. Yeah, so that's it regarding on the latest in Niger. Thank you for tuning in. Again, as we said before, we will bring you exposing another lie of the grain deal that happened, which is brokered by Turkey between Russia to buy from Russia, and which Russia then canceled the grain deal, and it has been all reported saying it's gonna starve the African country, the developing nations, the so-called developing nation or Africa, but it all has been a lie. We will bring you the truth. Really will shock you. Thank you very much. Unless there's no other question or comments, we will leave it here. Please don't forget to share this video, to like it, to subscribe. Thank you, George Ganel, for reminding. Hit that subscribe button, smash that subscribe button, as they say, and also the notification bell to receive. Most of you here you are a family, and you know exactly by now what kind of discussion and perspectives, these Pan-African perspectives that we bring you in what's happening in the continent and globally that impacts Africa. So that if you like it, and I assume it's because you like it, you're here, please hit that notification bell so you get it on time. Yeah, today we miss Kwame here, but he will join us again on Thursday. So until then, I see a new post. I will read it. Can I connect you with one Russian Siberian channel? This will give possibility to your channel to grow up with Russian subscribers. Yeah, please, you can. You have our email. And George Ganel, please, it was you also. Yeah, I still have to respond to the email, but thank you very much. You have how you try to connect us with this. I forgot the name, but it's African American platform, I think. But yeah, I'm going to come back and will respond. Indeed, of course, we are happy. And Vazia, Nicholas as well. Thank you very much. Please go ahead and do it. I will put the email address here, or you will find it on the channel. Let me just do that now as I speak. There we go. Learn about Russia, people of Russia, Russian traditions, culture, nature, and many more. The name of the channel on YouTube is Wild Siberian. Owner is Daniel and Ksenia. Okay, no, thank you. But we have also one, I don't know if you have followed it during the Russia-Africa Summit. We have here an analyst who is from Russia, from the African Studies Center, probably that's not how it's called, but it's an African Studies Institute in Moscow. So who specialized the politics in Horn of Africa. So he has been here giving us his analysis. But yeah, just to say it's not the first time, but of course we are always willing to widen our scope and work with those who are in line, who support this Pan-African perspective. So yeah, thank you for that, Vazia. And please share our video as well. Help us to spread the word. That's what we want. It's information, it's knowledge. Let's empower each other. Indeed, good commentary. Keep up the good work, Mahlet. Thank you, Mikey. So, and you keep up attending here. Revolutionary blackout. Yes, that's it, George Ganel. I'll come back to you, really. It's in my to-do list, but I have read your email. Lovell Sokan, proud of very much. We are so proud of Niger, and it makes us so proud that we have been reporting on a daily basis and as a Pan-African platform that we live to up to our principle. And of course, it's not only Niger that's happening in the continent. I admit as well, I always say, Sudan become a forgotten war, sadly. On Sunday, tune in. I will share the link. We will have people from Sudan and from the diaspora, also Sudanese people, and we're gonna discuss what's happening. It's up to us to bring it, because the Western media always try to lead us, try to dump us or brings that propaganda. They lead us where they want us to go, okay, with what they want us to be with. So we need to claim that. What is the email, please? Yeah, here, I'm sure you have seen it now. I wrote it for you. Hello, CNDS. It has been a while. Huh? France had no chance of continued stay indefinitely. There was no other option, but sadly they're gonna do it in disgracefully. Really, they disgraced themselves. Okay, good. Yeah, there you go. You have it. No, I'm not on Telegram though, but let's speak on the email. It is possible to find me, but let's speak. Yes, I do. Yeah, all right then. Thank you all. Yeah, thank you very much. Subscribe, like, and share the video. If you want to help us more, we will be glad. It will help us to be here so often. So please go ahead and do. You can find in the description section our PayPal account, and you can fund, or you can you I don't know, whatever you can. Anything is good for us. You can throw anything that you can. So it really help us, for us to sustain this program, and for us to, because a lot is going on in the continent, and we try to be selective. But of course, if we have that funds, then we can do it a full-time thing, or at least to be here more often than what we do now. There was one thing I wanted to say. Yeah, we will have an open session where we will, we will invite you on a topic that you want to bring to the viewer. So you will be here on the screen with us, if you like, showing your face. If not, without showing your face. And wherever you are, if you are based in Africa, if you are based in the diaspora, so you will tell us what is the burning issue from your perspective. So soon we will have that session, and I'm sure a couple of people have asked if they can, if they can contribute, which we would love to. We always ask for suggestion, but now we even found a way that will also accommodate you here, and you bring your burning topic. Everybody brings their burning topic, and we discuss. So it will not be just me and Kwame talking. Then we will not be even moderating this one. So everybody will have a chance. Maybe we will start by saying what's burning issue for us that's affecting the continent right now, and then also you bring your own. Definitely we want to do that. So thank you. If you run out of France, you have to run out of those black sellouts, ECOWAS, EU puppets, to those crooked criminals, minded politicians. I agree. Yeah, well said. Hello, Noel. All right, then. Thank you very much. Don't forget to tune in on the next one. That was it for us. Thank you, and bye-bye. Have a good evening.